let me see if I can get everything going here on the chat like I need to. I'm a little discombobulated this morning. All right. Whoops, I better get my camera situated here. Yep, I'm a little bit discombobulated here. Hey Josh, how are you? I'm trying to experiment on something here, and I might be a little bit out of, got to get the camera ready. My camera, I didn't realize it was that close on me there. Let me, I'm gonna have to change a few things here a little bit, looks like. Hey Patrick, how are you? I'm trying to get my camera situated here, and a few things. I changed cameras up, changed camera angles. Let me get back from it a little bit here. I was a little bit too close on my camera. Hope everything's coming through good and clear for everybody. Can you, has it got a good picture and a good sound and everything? I'm doing it a little bit different. Okay. Yeah, hey Joey, how are you? Yeah, I'm trying a little bit different angle and a little bit different setup here this morning, and trying to just change things up a little bit. Try to get my old hair here situated. Oh, hey Philip, how are you? How are you this morning? The model in the back looks good. Are you talking about that Carolina freight truck in the back there? That may be the one you're talking about, I guess. Yeah, I'm trying to get things rocking and rolling this morning. I don't know how good I'll get it going. I've had a rough week as far as whoops, I lost my chat there. Let me go back over here. I'm goofing up here. There we go. All right. Oh, the Mac. Yeah, the B model Mac. Yeah, it's at Carolina Freight, B model Mac back there. Yeah, I want to rock and roll. Yeah, of course, it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon for you, isn't it? 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, you're ready to rock and roll for sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to, like I said, do a little bit different camera angle, and try to just bring in a little bit different perspective. Using a different camera, I have to watch it, not get too close on it. Well, how is everybody? Joy, you okay? Josh, you okay? Yeah, trying to check all the different ones coming in. Yeah, I'm just sitting back and trying to relax this morning, and I've had an issue this week. I guess the biggest thing for me was I had to have a tooth pulled. I had one that I had a root canal that had gone bad. The root canal actually, because I had the root canal done 40 years ago, but somehow or another. Well, hey Chris, how are you? Hey Kevin, Jackson, Mississippi. You can be like that song, going to Jackson. Yeah, those old Macs were a tough truck there, Patrick, that's for sure. Yeah, I had a root canal that went bad, and I had to have it, actually had to have the tooth extracted and I'm gonna have to have braces. That's what I'm gonna have. Because I have a couple of teeth in the front that are a little bit crooked anyway. They say they can straighten my teeth and not have to put a bridge there. My choices were to have a bridge, have a new tooth, what do they call it, the new fancy tooth that cost me about $6,500. I didn't want to do that, so I'm electing to do the braces. So I'm gonna be like my teenage grandson. We're both gonna have braces at the same time. Yeah, it's tough for an old man to have his teeth worked on and everything. My teeth are relatively pretty good, but this is one that I'd had worked on when I was young. Like I said, I had a root canal done when I was probably in my 20s, and that procedure is no longer being used. So they had to change up and go to more modern ways of doing things. Well, anyway, he said it was the tooth was kind of eating itself up or something. I don't know the I had to go to I had to go to a tooth specialist. I don't know which one. I don't know which way you call it. Anyway, he was telling me what all I had to do to it and everything, which gave me my choices. So I wasn't too happy with the choices I had to do, but braces seemed to be the less aggravating, I guess. The others I could have had them done and been over with, but I kind of hate the thought of having to tear up two good teeth, and they'll have to cut them down so you can make a bridge when you do a bridge. And then the implant, that's what I was trying to think. And then a tooth implant, they had to go in there and do bone grafts and everything else so you make sure that it connects good and all that. So I'm not, no, I do not speak Portuguese. You'll have to put on translate. Yeah, I'm Mike Jones. If you want to know, I've never had anybody that spoke Portuguese in here. But yeah, I'm Mike Jones. Yeah, we're getting them all over the world. We're getting subscribers from all over the world, and it's good to have that. But you'll have to get some sort of translate program on, I guess, your computer to be able to understand us. Yeah, I'm international. I'm internationally famous, aren't I? But yeah, that was the biggest thing for me. I didn't want to have. I mean, I didn't want to have extensive surgery. I mean, it doesn't bother me too bad anyway. Hey, Zach, how are you? Yeah, like good day. Yeah, that's now Zach. You're in Australia, are you? I got Austria and Australia, and somebody that speaks Portuguese. So that would be Portuguese would either be well, see, Brazil does that. Portugal does that, of course. So I'm getting them all the international people in. How are you, Tim? Yeah. Ooh, wow. I'm glad I had mine extracted the easier way. Yeah, you know, I never like to have to do dental work anyway, but if you've got to, you got to. You do what you have to do. Hey, Jim, how are you this morning? Yeah, getting a lot of the guys in here this morning, and trying to you know see see what all we can talk about, and see what all people are interested in this morning. I'm trying to. I've got a little bit of different setup in here this morning. I changed cameras. Like I said, I hope the camera. Can I get a thumbs up on the camera work? Is the camera looking good? It looks good on my side, but I don't know what it looks like for y'all. And I hope that and the sound both are good. Yeah. Okay. Great. Great. Yeah, because that's what I want to do. I want to have a good, uh, visual. Even though you only have me to look at, I still, I guess get the best picture you can of me. And if you don't like if you dislike the subject matter, of course, you'd have to change out a little bit. But hopefully, the subject matter and the subject that we'll be talking about this morning will be okay. I've had a busy week trying to get enough drivers in. Right now, our driving situation, I need more drivers, need more part-time drivers in the Charlotte area. I need help. Yeah, it's always it's a job trying to keep enough drivers, and we're not even into our peak season, and I'm kind of scared of what our peak season is going to be like because right now, like I said, we are definitely not even into our peak season, and it's wearing us out. I mean, we're running 7 days a week. I had to turn down some loads this morning because I didn't have enough drivers for uh, for them this morning. So it's tough. It is tough trying to get everything situated there. I'm gonna see if I can enlarge this here a little bit, change up my screen a little bit if I can. But yeah, I'm trying to keep everything situated good and trying to keep everything rocking and rolling, and hopefully uh, everybody likes what I'm trying to do here. I'm I'm trying. I've been bringing videos from my shop. I've been bringing videos from here at my Napa store. I got real good Wi-Fi here at my Napa store, and it does a great job of transmitting. At my shop, I've got pretty good. I've got Spectrum down there too, but the signal does not upload quite as good as it does here. It seems like I seem to like the signal better here than I do there. But occasionally it doesn't hurt to have it down there too, and just try to get different things in the background so I don't look boring, so I don't look like the same place every time. Hey JC, how are you? Yeah, glad to see you in here this morning. JC, I've noticed you've been busy changing bodies out and picking up more equipment and everything else. I know everybody needs to check out JC's channel. If you want to be entertained, check out JC's channel. He's into everything. Yeah, JC has a very if you're into equipment and everything, JC is into everything that I think most people would like to do. So it's a very entertaining channel. And then he gets on and has a chat channel too. Every once in a while, JC does the same thing. Sometimes we can just open up our hearts and brains and get out here and chat a little bit and talk to everybody and enjoy our company with each other that way too. Yeah, I tell you what, JC is a very interesting guy. I got turned on to his channel several years ago, and and then of course JC and I got to meet each other. JC came down and I helped transport a trailer up here for him, and he got a trailer and bought a truck from me, and then was able to sell a truck on. He was wheeling and dealing. He was buying a trailer. He bought a truck to take back, and he brought a truck down to sell. So you talk about efficiency. Now that was efficiency, and that's the way JC does stuff. So it's oh me, I need to sell you a few more trucks, JC. Uh, I need to. I can't transport them to you, but I'll sell them to you. Yeah, yeah. I tell you what, I don't think you're going to ever figure out. you have to watch multiple videos to figure out JC's patterns, because he's not gonna uh, he's not gonna not entertain you by what all he's doing. He's doing a lot of things. Hey, trucker style Sean. Yeah, we're doing good this morning. I'm gonna get you a Bluetooth tool here. I haven't had chance. Now that I'm back on this one, I'm gonna add trucker style in here as a moderator. Now, if I miss anybody else in here that's regular as a moderator, let me double check. I'm gonna put Zach in here as a moderator too. Zach's on here a good bit. I'm gonna add Zach. All right, now I got our regulars in here, I think. That way, I like having it like that. That way I can kind of, I see the blue tool there. I know it's somebody that helps moderate, keep the channel clean, and, has got the same ideas. You're welcome, mate. Yeah, I like to have the ones. So what time is it where you're at, Zach? Now, are you in New Zealand or Australia? No. Yeah, that's yeah. I like to have all the different ones. Yeah, we got an international group out here this morning. Like I said, I think Austria. I guess one. Yeah, in Australia. Okay, 11:15 p.m. Wow. Yeah, yeah. It's good to hello. Hey, Lord Silverta. Okay, all right. I don't know where you're from, but I'm getting them all over. I, hey, young crew, how are you? Yeah, I get them. I'm getting them all over, and which I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing all the different locations and conversing with the different way of doing things with everybody. I think it enlightens everybody to be able to kind of hear different things. I mean, that's when Patrick's talking. He's usually talking about what is it, Scania? That's one of the trucks. Is a Scania? I believe that's the way they pronounce that truck. Uh, that's a well-used truck over in Austria and Germany and everything. Yeah, yeah. Zach, you. So you're right. Well, you're right at. Well, I sort of say 12 hours. So you're already into. It's Monday where you're at, then, isn't it, Zach? So you're. Well, it will be after midnight. You're almost at midnight. After midnight, it'll be Monday where you're at, just in just an hour or so. So that's a time difference for everybody. Yeah, yeah, y'all, you and Patrick are ahead of us. Y'all get to celebrate the new day. You can have the Blue Monday a lot quicker than we can. Yeah, Vava of course is built over there too, and Aveca, yeah, Aveca. Now is Aveco, is it? I thought it was. Is it made in Austria or Germany? I was thinking for some reason that was Japanese or something. Maybe not. Yeah, it'll be Monday morning in 45 minutes, will it? Yeah, that's something. That's something that it's that much time change. But now, and you're in winter over there too, aren't you, Zach? You're already in your winter. I guess in the dead of winter right now. Is how cold is it over there? Of course, now you're going to tell us cold because uh, you're going to tell it to us in Celsius, and we got Fahrenheit over here. So all of us guys would have to calculate it. Well, if you're speaking to me, Chris, now I'm not. I haven't been going to. Have you been going to a lot of Coparks sales and everything? I haven't. I haven't bought that many wrecked trucks and anything. I just it just not my thing yet. I probably should check some out. Now I know JC would probably be more likely to do that than I would because JC's gets everything. Hey, Truckers Life, how are you? Glad to see you in here this morning also. Yeah, we're oh, Halliburton's trucks. Okay, how much are Halliburton's trucks going for, Kevin? And what kind are they? What kind are they selling? Okay, so man is made in Germany. Scania and Volvo are made in Sweden. Okay, yeah, I know it. And most of them over there are cab overs still too. Y'all don't do the conventional cabs like we do you? I mean, most of them that I see are the cab overs, and the old cab overs, they're not quite as good a ride, I don't think. Yeah, yeah, I've got plenty of spare parts right now, but I probably ought to get some with some of the newer trucks and everything. I primarily buy the Freightliners because it just works out good for me to stick to one brand. So I have the Cascadias is what I've been buying mostly. I don't mess with anything else because I find that the more I can stick to one brand, the better off I am because uh, that way all my parts will when I order parts I can buy two or three and I know if it's something I want to stock that I know that's continually needing to be replaced, then I don't get stuck with a part that's oddball. Yeah, I'm not a fan of cab overs. I used to own a cab over. I've owned a couple of cab overs, and I'm just not a huge fan of them because the ride is not well. It used to not be. I mean, I know everything's probably improved nowadays, but the ride used to be so bad on a cab over. I mean, you'd just be wore out at the end of the day. Yeah, I can imagine JC doesn't like all the fees and everything. Yeah, I mean it's tough to think you've got something for a certain price, and then by the time you pay this fee, and this fee, well, you're $500 to $1,000 more than you expected to be in it. 26 degrees Fahrenheit that would be, huh? Wow, that's lower it. Oh God, yeah. I tell you what, which engine does it have, JC? Has that got the Detroit engine in it, or does it? Which engine does it have? Most of them, of course, have. I think you see more C13, not C13s, DD13 and DD15s, and the Cascadias. That seems to be the popular engines nowadays. Detroit, was it DD13 or DD15? Wow. So they charge $100 to go bring it out of the gate, and you can't even go in and get it. Wow. Yeah, that seems to be the problems. And that they say once you spin a bearing on one of those Detroits like that now, there's not enough. I don't know. There's something different about it. I know the guy that built. He said they're junk after that. That the engines are almost non-repairable. You just sold a 60 series Cascadia. Yeah, yeah. That's what I've been buying lately. Um, I bought about 20 something this past year. Well, last year and part of this year, I've upgraded. I'm having to upgrade all my trucks to get the forward collision technology on it. And so everything I buy from this day forward has to have that. They won't even lift it for you or anything, huh? Wow. And you still have to pay the gate fee to get it out the gate and all that, huh? Yeah, and I like, we got a good sale down here in South Carolina. Uh, it's Martin and Martin, I believe it is. Of course, I hadn't been to one of their sales lately, uh, but they used to have some real good sales down there, down below Greenville, South Carolina, between Greenville and Greenwood. Yeah, now that I've heard of people doing that. It's just changing out the ECM gets if you can get the ECM and I think they make a conversion uh, kit that well not a kit I guess well maybe it would be called a kit where you can put the 60 series uh, ECM onto the wiring harness of the newer Cascadias. Of course, I know they got it because I've got two gliders that have that, and I know the company that made the gliders. I think they sell the kit to convert that. So if you put a 60 series engine in that Cascadia, uh, it will work. And then if you got a good 60 series, that would be almost the way to go because boy, I'm hearing some nightmares of the amount of money that they're wanting for uh, fixing. Well, basically everybody I'm hearing saying it's junk after you spin a bearing. I had one up here that I could have bought real cheap, and then I found out it spun a bearing, and I checked with my Detroit guy, and he says you'll spend more money just getting another engine and getting everything repaired than that truck's even going to be worth. So I backed off of it. Oh, okay. So okay, it's $3,500 for the uh, plug and play. Okay. Okay, so you own a fleet too, do you, uh, Sean? Okay, well, great. Now, what kind of trucks do you primarily have? Uh, no, I think it's still legal on the road then, JC, because I mean, our gliders, my gliders are 2016, and they have the 60 series Detroit. They got a non-emissions. I mean, that doesn't change that part of it. I think you're still allowed to do that because, like I said, my two glider kits that I got from Freightliner back in 2016, got them brand new, and they had the '99 model engines in them. Uh, I don't think it makes it illegal. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Uh, yeah, well, I mean, I know gliders are being phased out, but what I'm saying is, uh, like I said, that was a 2016. These were 2016 gliders, and in 2016, you still were allowed to have an older engine in these Cascadias, and that's what I'm getting at. Uh, I mean, you could declare that like a well, I mean, I don't really think you'd have a problem. I mean, I would chance it. I've even thought about if I had any issues with one of mine to do it. Now, the only problem I have is the forward collision system won't work, and that's the only problem I was worried about. Yeah, I agree with you, Patrick. Yeah, yeah. Well, California, everything's illegal. It seems like that's for sure. Yeah, yeah. California is definitely uh, definitely an illegal state of everything. I mean, they got that CARB initiative out there that's almost bankrupt some truckers out in California as as the one they call CARB. And I don't even go to California. I don't I refuse to take a run out to California. I don't want it. Don't want to mess with their issues. All that sort of stuff. It's just crazy. So I steer clear of California. Period. I mean, it's just a bad situation, I think. I don't want to have anything to do with it at all. Yeah. Now, all the ports down here in the South, God, good gracious, uh, they got old trucks going in and out of the ports down here in Savannah. I mean, they could care less what you drag those trailers in and out with. I mean, California does. Now they make sure that you meet all their emissions issues and everything else. So it's terrible. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to. Most of my trucks, well, all of my trucks, not just most of them, all of my trucks are based in the Southeast. I don't do anything even above as far up as I go is the upper part of Virginia and West Virginia and Tennessee. That's as far north as I go, and it works great for me because I'm able to, keep my trucks closer to home, and I don't have to worry about large tow bills and things like that. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, it it is a terrible situation to have to deal with emissions. That's for sure, because they are just it's been the downfall of the trucking industry. I think in the last few years, they I guess some good things, not very many, but some good things have come out of it, but not very many. Yeah, I tell you what, and when you get into the situation of repower, and that's like all of our wreckers, every wrecker that I own and service big service truck, I've got them with the older engines. I've got an N14 Cummins in my main wrecker, and we're building another one that's got a C15 in it, and that we're just not going to mess with it, the new emission stuff on that. The Euclid haul trucks, I don't know that one. Uh, yeah, so they're huge trucks, but they're wore out. Yeah, well, they're probably used over in the oil fields or something like that. They say those poor guys just wear them out in the oil fields. Uh, my nose is itching. Maybe they say that's a sign of somebody coming. Maybe I have to see, make sure that nobody's coming to the front door here. Okay, you got that Cascadia under six, or you're selling for under 6,000. Yeah. So is it a tandem or a single axle or what? And what year model did you say it was, JC? I didn't catch. Uh, did you say like 2014 or something? I vaguely remember without scrolling back up there. It was 2011. Okay, 2011 uh, with a 10 speed. Yeah, I've got the oldest Cascadia I've got is I think I got a 2012 or a 2013. Sleeper cab tandem. Well, that ought to be something good if somebody wants to convert it. Uh, yeah, if somebody wants to convert that and put a 60 series in it, yeah, that's the way I would go. And I may try that on a couple because I've got a couple of good 60 series engines out in my salvage, you might say, and I've thought about doing that. I've tried to find out if we could ever use a forward collision, and I've investigated on that, and they said no, that the ECM for the 60 series just doesn't uh, have all the technology built in for that. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to hang on in there and see. I want to sell some of these older trucks, but I don't want to. Okay, you got a 2007. Yeah. Now that 2007. Now Jason, my Detroit guy, that was I was talking with. There's something about that. Now the 2007, the ECM is actually uh, that's a see what a DDAC 5, I believe. I can't remember all the codes on that, or DDAC 5 or 6. Anyway, it has a newer, it has probably the latest computer of any of the 60 series, and it interchanges a lot better than the '04s and 2000s and all that, the DDAC 3s and 4s and everything. So you would probably be better off using that and seeing what you can make the best of with it. Yeah. Well, I wish I could use it, but that without forward collision and everything, I can't. They won't even let us put those trucks on right now. Maybe somebody else could use one. I mean, that'd make a good truck for somebody if if they were just independent and didn't have to worry about all these regulations. But the problem with us is we have to worry about all the regulations that FedEx comes up with, and I have to adhere to everything. If it doesn't pass their mustard, I can't put it on. Oh, the ones I'm on the sale. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of '07s and '07s, fours, sixes, and everything like that I'm selling. I mean, I've got uh, probably 20. I guess I don't know. I'd have to get out and count. I've upgraded I've upgraded 20 something trucks. And I should have about 20 something. Uh, you know, most of them are single axle. Single. Let me speak good right here for a second. Single axle sleepers is the primary ones that I'd have. I don't have many. I got a few day cabs. I've got about three. I got two day cab tandems, and I've got one day cab single axle, I think, that's running. Then I've got some parts trucks. I got plenty of parts trucks, maybe a transmission out of this, rear end out of this, you know, motor bad in this or whatever. All the different combinations. Flat tops. I'm trying to think, JC. I think I do. I think I have one close to what I sold you, uh, that with a Detroit in it. And I don't know if I have. I don't know if I may have one more just like what I sold you. I can't remember or not. I I got rid of 99% of all that last time, but I'm trying to think. There's possibility, but yeah, I have some more flat tops. I think a lot of them that are mid rise, not not so many completely flat tops, but I have the mid rise. I know on a few of them. Maybe one cat. I may have one cat. I don't know. I got a cat in the big truck that I still have, but I'm gonna make a wrecker out of it. I've got a C15 in that big Freightliner, but we're gonna stretch it some more and probably put a wrecker body on it. So I don't have that would be the only thing, and it's a C15 with a 13, and nice truck. It's still a nice truck. I'm gonna probably make it into a wrecker. Yeah, I have more of those mid-rise, I would say, than I do anything, and a couple of the condos, but more mid-rise is probably what I have. You have to make a trip, come down this way, and see Square Body and some of us down here in the South, and check it out, and bring you a truck and a trailer to take a couple of them back with you. That's what you need to do. if you've got some buyers up that way, you let me know. We'll work out a deal there. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people do that. Do like what you're talking about, Kevin. Is just piggybacking because I think you can put three or four back to back and just put them up on the fifth wheel. Take the set them up on the front axle and front axle to fifth wheel, front axle to fifth wheel, and all the way like that. You'll see them taken away from the Freightliner dealership does that down here. So you'll see them moved around like that a good bit. Yeah, I have to do that, JC. Let me get caught up, and I have to see what we can come up with and see if we can come up with a price. Uh, I'm always broke. I don't have any money, so I could use a couple of pennies here and there. No gambling on it though. I'm not doing your gambling thing. I can't. My wife will not trust me to gamble with J.C. Smith. I lost out last time. I could have made more money with the other pile in the other hand, but the wife wants it written out exactly what it is. Yeah, yeah. For the guys that don't know, JC last time he was down here, he put his hands behind his back. He said, "Well, which hand do you want, the right hand or the left hand?" I said, "I want the hand with the amount that I agreed upon." And of course, then he pulled out the other hand, and it had about 4 or 5 times more money on it than what I agreed upon on the other. So he said, "Man, you lost out." But I'm not a gambler when it comes to that. So I have to stick to it. And so be careful out there if JC wants to gamble with you. Oh man, you'll take a donation. Well, uh, if you only the donated pile is out back, this sort of scrap. If it's still runnable and usable, it's out front. Yeah, yeah. I've got to know exactly what I agreed upon and everything. JC had a good one. He was pulling on me there, but I had to do what I had to do. I couldn't take a chance. If I don't come back with the amount that I agreed upon for my wife, she's gonna be upset with me. So that's basically the way I have to do it. I have to stay in there. Yeah. Now, if y'all guys know anybody in North Carolina that needs a trucking job, I need truck drivers. I need tractor trailer drivers. I'm 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 getting into desperate, not desperation, but I need them badly. We're we're adding lanes all the time at FedEx, and they're requiring more and more work from me. And I'm running out of manpower. I've got the equipment, and I've got plenty of equipment to do it. But 7 days a week is getting tough to dispatch out that much. Well, JC, you take care and everything. Everybody, go check out JC's channel when you get a chance. He's got a great channel, and especially all you foreign guys that have jumped in here, check out JC Smith's channel. He does a great job out there, and he very entertaining. Yeah, I think you can still do that and everything. And if you had a good running lead truck, that's the way to go when you're buying a used truck. Get the best lead truck that you possibly could, and then bring them on in. And you're legal like that. I don't know how they make you tag it as far as the trailers are concerned, but yeah, I'm I'm pretty sure that it's legal to do that. I don't know if you have to get a special permit to do that in different states. I really don't know. I don't know the law on that. Somebody will have to inform me a little bit better because I really don't know myself if an individual can do that and get away with it. It's different. You want to quit? Well, if you want to do oil changes and drive a little bit, come on out here to North Carolina, Kevin. If you weren't so tied into St. Louis, I know in that area. Now that is your home base, isn't it? St. Louis. I believe I remember right. Yeah, if you wanted to come out. Oh, I wanted to mention to you, Chris. I don't know if I did last time. I got your nice invitation and everything. Uh, Chris is getting married in October, I believe it is, and so I got an invitation to his wedding and everything. That a real nice card. It was tell the missus that she did a real pretty job of that. So I thought it was a nice looking little setup with all the cards and all the different things. And Chris is actually not asking for wedding gifts. He's donating to the needy and a couple of charities and everything out there in his area. So a very thoughtful way of getting married. So many people got gifts and everything they want and all that sort of stuff. But I'm gonna have to find one of the. Which one is your favorite charity that you like, Chris? I'm gonna try to donate to that in behalf of you and your missus. And you tell me what you like. Which one is the has the biggest need and everything, and I'll try to donate. I've got the card set at home, and I said, well, gosh, I don't know which one would be the best one to go to, but I'll try to do that, and we'll me and my missus will try to send you something out there. Yeah, well, just send me something on Facebook Messenger and everything. Yeah, and I get it, and we'll try and see what you and Casey feel like is the most needed one, and that's what I'll try to donate to and everything. Just make sure now. How is all the flood water out there? Is it receded out now, so you and Ricky can get some work done? I know you were showing that one video the other day, and it was pretty wet on you. Hey, Craig. Uh, my wife and I, if you're talking, are you? I don't know if you're talking to me or, well, yeah, before you got married, yeah, it'd have to be me because Chris is not married yet. Um, my wife and I dated about 3 years before we were high school sweethearts. She was the main. She was my main squeeze, I guess you might say. I started dating her when she was 15 years old, and to me, she was the prettiest girl I'd ever seen. Fell for her almost immediately. I mean, I had dated several girls. I'm a year and a half older than Barbara, and I dated several girls and had some steadies and all that sort of stuff. But uh, when she, when she came around, I knew that was the one for me, and I made a great decision. We'll be celebrating 50 years as a married couple in October. So I'm I I'm very proud to say that well, I hope I make it. I'm not there yet, but I hope I make it to the Big 50. Uh, yeah, it'll be nice to be able to celebrate that, and I'm glad that the good Lord was looking after me and let me make a good decision on a wife. And I've got two beautiful children, one grandson, and I've been blessed. I mean, my children and grandchildren are that's people talk about being rich, and to me, that's where I'm rich. I'm rich because they're good people. My children are good people. I couldn't ask for any better than that. And my wife and I, we don't have very many conflicts. We're just like every other couple. I mean, we do have uh, arguments. Everybody's going to have arguments. There's not a perfect couple out there, I don't think, but I've been very fortunate. Oh, hey, Ag Tech, I'm glad to see you jump in here. How is it up there in Canada? In Canada, is it cool up there, or is it still warm? Yeah, I saw where Regis Philbert died. I remember seeing Regis when he was a sidekick of uh, Joey Bishop when I first saw Regis back in, gosh, I guess back in the early '60s when everybody was trying to compete against Johnny Carson. Joey Bishop had a talk show, and he uh, he was the Ed McMahon for Joey Bishop back then, and that's of course he was just a little young looking guy then. It's been hot, but it's getting back to normal now, is it? Well, it's just been hot down here. I mean, just plain hot, and I don't know what else to say about it. It's just one of those days and weeks and months. We're in the middle of summer here. I mean, uh, it's been in the 90s. I'd say it's about I want to say it's about 93 today. I think that's the high today. It's supposed to be about 93 degrees. So it's going to be a warm one, that's for sure. Yeah. So now Austria, I think Austria actually has uh, weather about the same that we have down here in the South, if I remember right. I had a friend that lived in Germany and everything, and they were talking about they relocated to North Carolina because they felt like the mountain terrain in the background and everything else reminded them of Germany where they lived. Of course, you know, I know different parts of Germany probably have different climates and everything too. But Germany and Austria and all that. But and my dad was stationed over there in WW2, and he loved it. He loved Germany and Austria and Switzerland and all that. He hated that. He was in battle to see it all, but he always loved the countryside of it, and thought that you know he always talked about going back, but unfortunately, Dad, let me fix something here. But Dad never did make it back to Germany. Uh, he'd often talk about taking us or taking Mom and going back to Germany sometime. But you know how that is. You you think about those things, but you never really get around to doing it. And my dad only lived a short while after he retired, so it just wasn't in the books, I guess. Yeah, WW2 was a bad time. Dad fought in the Battle of the Bulge over there. Uh, could have gotten killed over there in that. He was lucky, and he had to help uh, clean up the concentration camps out there, like Auschwitz, and there was another one, but he wasn't at Auschwitz. He was at another one that 82nd Airborne helped clean up, and the Russians cleaned it up, and uh, it was terrible. It was terrible to see it. He said that I'm not well, it was later president, but General Eisenhower at the time made them go out and get all the townspeople and come out and see what they had to do, because Dad had to get on a bulldozer, and he bulldozed. He said it looked like almost a mile, and made a huge trench that they had to throw the bodies in from the concentration camps. I mean, it was just stacks and stacks of bodies. So it was the most horrendous thing he'd ever seen. And he said, and the smell was just unbearable. But it's a time that I hope this world never goes through again. I hope we never get into a situation that we have a dictator like that wants to take over everybody's life. We're going through some very challenging times as it stands. Yeah, it was very bad and dark times. A lot of I mean, people of today have no concept of how bad it was. I mean, we have just a few people maybe killed or something happened. I mean, it's a tragedy. Don't get me wrong. Any death's a tragedy, but when you're seeing it in the millions, like what happened to the Jewish people in Germany, it's just it's hard to fathom of how bad it was. No, I've never been to Germany. I've actually the only place I have never been to Canada. I'd like to go to Canada. I've never been. I've been to Mexico, but I went down to Cancun. Actually, just flew into Cancun. I didn't. I never traveled in Mexico. Uh, and under today's climate, it probably wouldn't be the most advantageous thing to do anyway. But if I can see everything in the United States I want to see, I believe I'll be a happy man. There's been so much that before the idiots in the world start tearing things down, I'd like to see some things. Uh, right now, we've got a scarred up United States because of uh, the crazy people that feel like destruction is the way to do things. I mean, it's we really have a messed up society right now. Yeah, I'll do that. Now, Agtech, now you're Saskatchewan, is that where you're at? Am I remembering that right? I can't remember. And of course, Canada being as large as the United States or larger, mass wise, it's, or you're in Calgary, near Calgary in that area. I can't, I can't remember exactly where you're at. Okay, you're in the middle of the country. Okay, so you're straight up from basically, I guess, North Dakota, Michigan, Minnesota. You're straight up from Minnesota in that area, then, are you? Saskatchewan. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My wife has been to Canada. I've never. Now she went up into she went to the world's World's Fair and where was it, Ontario? I can't remember. That this has been back in the '60s when she was up. She was a young girl, but her dad was big into going to World's Fairs, and he went to the one in New York in the middle '60s, and then he went to the one in I think it was Ontario. I can't remember. But yeah, he did that a good bit, and my wife traveled a little bit more than I did, and of course, especially when she was young, I didn't get out of North and South Carolina, maybe Tennessee when I was young, and then it wasn't until I was an adult and got into the trucking business and a few things like that, and traveled, and of course, I've flown a few places here and there. I don't fly too much. I've flown to Salt Lake City and Houston, Texas, and of course Atlanta and different places. And but I've not been huge into flying either. I was supposed to have gone to Vegas this year, and then all the pandemic hit, and it just got shut down. I mean, before they tear it up, come on over. Of course, it's not torn up bad. It's just in certain metropolitan areas in the cities, some of the cities, all this crap is going on. But yeah, and it really bothers me because even though so many of them, they didn't like our monuments, and that they were beautiful monuments, whether you liked them or didn't like them, it was part of history. And we're letting these idiots, in my opinion, just tear things up. And it really is disturbing to me to see whether it's right or wrong of whatever you believed in. You shouldn't be able to tear down a statue of Robert E. Lee or tear down, a statue of Christopher Columbus, which makes no sense at all to me. And, things like that. But, there's still a lot of natural beauty in the United States. Is really pretty. Well, the countryside and the history of that. I love where I live right here in North Carolina. And if you were ever in the North Carolina, I'd be glad to take you around and see North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, and this part of the United States. Beautiful, beautiful area, I think. Uh, the you know Heavy Wrench. I don't know if you saw his. He was in Virginia, up at the Shenandoah Valley, which is a beautiful area, and he was up there last week vacationing, and it's beautiful area. So anytime you're in this area, I'd like to, you anybody on here, just you let me know. Now JC, like I said, JC Smith is the only one out of the chat guys that I've actually had down here. But JC's he's a world traveler. He'll do anything where he can get a bargain. So he was chasing some things down and made it down this way. Gosh, it's been almost 2 years, I guess now, since he was down here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just yeah, come see America. That could be north, and that could be Canada. Canada's you got Canada and USA and Mexico all in North America. Oh, you used to run from Charlotte Pipe to NYC. Oh yeah, yeah. Charlotte Pipe's they're a big company. They still operate a pretty good size outfit, I think. At least I'm thinking they are. I mean, they used to be a big company out of the Charlotte area. We got a couple of manufacturers like that, but you were hauling the big PVC and everything else like that, probably, I guess. Yeah, they were big into PVC and the big industrial and gas lines and all kind of different stuff like that at Charlotte Pipe. I don't know what all they did do, but I know they did pretty good. Well, guys, I tell you what, I am about my I'm about out of it again this morning, and I am going to get off here. I've enjoyed it again, like usual. Oh, you ran the steel pipe. Oh, okay. But I'm gonna call it. I've been on here about an hour, and that's about all I got time for right now. I've got a lot of things my wife has got me tied up with, so I'm gonna be involved with that. So y'all take care, and I'll catch y'all out here another day. Maybe I'll jump on here and do another live stream later on this week. See you guys.